Nobody starts where they end. In between where you end and where you start, there is always a journey. You start out comfortable, and then things change. Life changes. Before you can stand out, you have to learn how to fit in. Things don't end up like they start. If you can survive the uncertainty, the questions, the confusion of not being where I used to be, but not being where I'm gonna be, the problem with most people is they define you by where they met you. And as long as you stay on the step they met you on, you're okay. But the moment you take a step forward, people have all kinds of issues with your transition. It's hard to be open when you've been closed all your life. You cannot have the purpose until you go through the process. It doesn't happen for anybody. It doesn't happen for senators or presidents, kings nor princes, preachers nor doctors nor lawyers. It didn't even happen for Jesus. And at the end of the process, we discovered the purpose. I have learned over the span of my life that things that come too fast are dangerous. I've learned not to despise the day of small beginnings. I've learned to be leery, if not wary, of people who promise to take you up fast. I have learned that it is the things that you discover along the way that make you able to stand the process of when you get there. You have to learn not to despise the day of small beginnings. Two things that will terminate your destiny is anger and doubt. You gotta believe that it's yours, and you cannot allow all of the critics and problems and issues and naysayers to make you bitter instead of better, because if you become angry, you'll miss the spot. You cannot mediate with something that you do not associate with. You'll make changes. How you see yourself, how you handle yourself, how you manage your situations, you're gonna have to make some changes. Doesn't mean you have low self-esteem, doesn't mean you have doubt, doesn't mean you have fear. But you gotta be honest enough to know my legs can't leap that high. So I gotta start right here. You wouldn't believe where I started from. God does things by a system. He has a system. The more you have in your life, the more systems you have to have in your life to accommodate those new dimensions in your life. You have a baby, you need a system. You have a house, you need a system. You get a job, you need a system. You own your own business, you need a system. The more God adds to your life, the more systems have to be in your life. Your God is systemic. He didn't create oak trees and palm trees and grass and roses and not have a system of reproduction in place. He said, I created it so that everything had the seed inside of itself. You will read that each thing had the seed inside of itself. What is the seed? The seed is the future. The future was inside of the tree. So every time you need grass, God didn't have to come down from heaven and say, let there be grass. because God already had a system in place to accommodate the future. Let there be oak trees. God would be wore out, but he had a system. And each system required that you understand that there is a seed inside of the tree, a seed inside of the bush. The future is inside of you. Put your hand on your stomach right now. Put your hand on your belly and say, my future is inside of me. God has things in you haven't tapped into yet. Whether you're 8 or 80, the reason you woke up this morning is because God isn't finished with you. He's got something else for you to do. You haven't sung your best song. You haven't preached your best sermon yet. You haven't thought your greatest thought. You haven't written down your greatest idea. You haven't dreamed your best dream. Maybe you haven't laughed your best laugh. You haven't had your greatest day yet. It's somewhere inside of you. There's all kind of stuff down inside of you waiting to come out. You're a miracle looking for a place to happen. You're a testimony looking for a place to be delivered. You have got all kinds of things locked up inside of you that are about to come forth for such a time as this. The time is right. The stage is set. The conditions are in order, and something awesome is about to happen in your life. Don't let anybody tell you you're too young. Don't let anybody tell you you're too old. Don't let anybody tell you you're finished. Every day you wake up in the morning, it's a sign the best is yet to come. And I've got something to tell you, whether you're a man or a woman, whether you're young or old, whether you're 8 or 80. I know this is going to shock you, but I came to tell you you're pregnant. You should see the men looking at me. With dreams and vision and ministry and purpose and hope and concepts and ideas is down inside of you. And when the season is right and the conditions are right and everything lines up in order, you're going to give birth to things that you have never dreamed of before. And I just came to tell you that you're coming into your season.